Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie, and today I am here with my weekly WIP and Chat. I'm also here with a mid-year diamond painting tag that I've come up with to share with you and tag you in, so stay tuned for that. But if you are new or haven't heard of a WIP and Chat before, a WIP that just means work in progress. I'm going to be working on a diamond painting today, and chat just means that we're going to chat and we're just going to spend a little time together for the next hour or so. I typically have these WIP and Chats go up on Monday mornings unless something happens schedule-wise, but this week it's looking promising to go up on a Monday morning as long as the critters that I have running around in the background will let me sit down and chat with you for a bit today. I have one extra in my house at the moment. We are pup sitting a friend's dog this week, and so Scout has loved that, but it has made for some delightful chaos. That's for sure. Let me go over really quickly before we dive into it what I'm going to be working on and with today. I'm going to be working on the kit Rainbows and Starlight from Diamond Art Club and the artist Asherby, or I think Ashley Benson is her full name, but her artist name I think is Asherby. This is the original artwork. We are flipped sideways right now and starting in this section right here, getting into a little bit of the night sky back here, and then the top, excuse me for yawning, of the Pegasus wing, excuse me. And so getting into that, working on that because it is June and I'm just loving rainbows everything. To go with that, I have this pen, which is from House of Rainbows, and that rainbow mesh is too perfect not to go with this one. This is the tray that I got in my swag bag for the diamond painting retreat I went to a couple weeks ago. This is from Firefly and is the Inferno mini size. So we'll see multi-placing wise. I might be reloading and shaking quite a lot, but I do like my Firefly trays, so I'm looking forward to using that one. I'm gonna yawn again. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm going to try not to let that be a pattern. I am also going to challenge myself today, and hopefully this is not going to be too painful, but it has been a minute since I have tried to use glue dots or snap dots in my single placer, so we're going to give this a try again today and see if I can get these to work well for me, because I know there are a lot of people that really actually swear by these, so we'll give it a try. And then I'm also going to be using, this is from something I shared in a recent small shop haul video, but this is my first signature putty and cover minder with Pure Bliss Wax Company. I've been working with them on and off for a month or two and test out some different fragrances and stuff to get this. We're calling it Dragon Blossom, and a matching cover minder. So I'm going to be using this putty in my multi-placer for the first time, just having this really pretty acrylic dragon on books hanging out with us today. And I already am working with them on a second signature scent that I hope you guys will enjoy too. But thank you so much, you guys, for jumping out and supporting this fun little collab. I know that the cover minder sold out pretty quickly and she wasn't expecting it to sell out that fast, so I do apologize. She did just restock several in the store. She immediately went to go make some more, and so if you were waiting for the cover minder to come back into stock, I believe it is back in stock. I will have it linked below along with, I have a discount code you can use too. So, okay. So as far as loading these up, I believe that you can kind of like roll them with your tweezers. I did watch a video from the owner of this shop, which is the Uncrafty Crafter. That's Jenny. And but it was a while ago, and so I'm going to see if I can manage to still load these up, or if I'm going to have to go watch that video again. I think it's like you can roll them, you kind of stuff them in there. Ooh, I should have grabbed scissors, because I'm pretty sure you're supposed to use scissors to trim off the excess. My glue dot aficionados, if I'm making you cringe, I am so sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go grab some scissors to pinch that off. I don't have those handy, do I? That's okay. I'll go grab those in just a sec. Or can I do it with just my fingernails? Okay, I kind of did. Let's see if that did the trick. Maybe. Maybe. Then I'll load up my putty. Okay, we'll give that a try. Give that a try. And then we will be off to the races. And I do have my list of questions that I figured we'd go ahead and start off the WIP and Chat talking about this tag in case this is really the main thing that you're here for. And then if you are wanting to hear more about just sort of the usual things I cover in my weekly WIP and Chats, like talking about life, talking about just what I'm thinking about the goings on in the diamond painting world this week, that sort of thing. I'll get into that after I do the tag. Now, anyone is welcome to answer these tag questions. If you have a channel or an Instagram, feel free to answer them. If you are a viewer and you don't necessarily have those and you just want to answer in a comment any or all of the questions that you would like, please feel free to do so. You're absolutely invited to do so. I, of course, want to give credit where credit is due. I got this idea from actually a booktube channel called Carrie Can Read. I'm guessing if you are a reader, you've very likely heard of her. She's got a pretty prolific booktube channel and is just really enjoyable and relaxing to watch. She does like regular updates as well as has some like evergreen type videos that are really enjoyable to watch, like going through like the plot of different popular books and stuff, and just her take on things is really fun and really refreshing. So yeah, I'll link her channel. And she a couple of weeks ago she called it like a mid-year freak out tag, which is really amused. I don't know that I remember her explaining why she called it a freak out tag. I think it was like just freaking out that it's the middle of the year already. And so her list of questions were specific to books, and some of them I really couldn't find a good way to adapt them to refer to diamond paintings, so I got a little bit creative with it, but still ultimately used that as kind of my inspiration. So of course want to give her all the credit. Go check her out if you haven't already. So I'm just gonna let these hang out here. Even I don't necessarily really need the minder. My camera has been having like just being really fussy about focus lately. Let me see if that helps. Let me get my tray, let me grab a color, and we will go ahead and get started. So before I get into the tag questions though, I do of course have to ask hello first. How are you doing? How has your week been so far, or your weekend? I'm filming this on a Saturday evening instead of my usual Sunday evening because we're gonna have some friends over tomorrow night. And unless those fall through, it's still a little bit tentative, but I thought just in case, I'll go ahead and film here on a Saturday evening, just to play it totally safe. So as far as these tag questions go, like I said, feel free to consider yourself tagged. I'll try to tag some people at the end, specifically too, just so I have some specifics to throw out there. But truly, if you're hearing this, consider yourself tag your it, and feel free to tag me whenever you do a video on it so that I can come and check it out. So we'll call this a diamond painting mid-year freak out tag, and we're freaking out because we're halfway through the year already. Okay. So the first question is going to be, what is your favorite diamond painting kit that you've completed so far? And if I do want to give a caveat for any of these questions, because I know sometimes people don't necessarily have the time or ability to necessarily do a lot of diamond painting. Maybe the only diamond paintings you've worked on this year you wouldn't even necessarily call your favorite. So an alternative would be, if you've seen, for any of these questions really, if you want to use like a kit that someone else has worked on as your answer, that's fine with me. So for example, if you're like, I saw Lisette from Lisette Crafts and Tells work on this kit that is just my favorite kit that I've seen anyone work on this year, that can be your answer to this question, and you can cross apply that concept to any of the other questions too. Okay, but I'll go with the favorite kit I've completed in so far this year for myself. This was hard because 2 out of the past 3 kits that I've completed are kind of dueling for my favorite kit that I've completed so far this year, because I loved them both so much. I think that if I had to pick between those, which I'm making myself pick between those, I would probably say that, ask me tomorrow and I'll have a different answer. We'll go with Dark Lilith as my favorite kit I've completed so far this year. I did grab my logbook just so I can reference it if you guys are interested. I do track my diamond paintings in this paper logbook. And okay, so here was Dark Lilith. It's from Diamond Art Club and the artist Margaret Morales. And there's like my stats. I got a 10 out of 10 for me in terms of enjoyment, which is pretty rare. I loved working on this kit. It was my favorite because the artwork I just really enjoy a lot. It's my second time completing that artwork. The first time was a version from DIY Moonshot back in 2021. I did a comparison video just over a week ago as well if you want to see a side-by-side look at those two kits. And I really enjoyed a lot about working on the Diamond Art Club version, and getting to revisit that artwork again was really special to me. So it was one of those kits that it seemed like the only thing I had to write in the con list for it. Like there were lots of pros, and the only con was just like when it was over, I couldn't work on it anymore. It was done. I'd finished it. So I think I would call that my favorite kit so far for 2025. But there are other close runners up for sure, and I'll be really curious to see if when I get to the end of the year, if I'll still consider that at or near the top, or how I'll feel. For 2024, for the first time, when I was doing my year in review, I decided to rank my diamond painting kits for 2024 and go through like what my least to most favorite diamond paintings were for the year. And so I kind of think I'm going to do that again for 2025. I'm always curious to see how do I think this is going to shake out, especially as I was going back and looking at my kits from the beginning of the year to now. It was like, oh, I ranked this one higher in enjoyment than I feel like I look back on it and I don't necessarily have that fond of associations with it. So I don't know. That really does not want to come off there. So I don't know. We'll see. But what's your favorite kit that you yourself have completed so far this year, or that you've seen someone else work on? The next question, there's 10 questions in total, by the way. So that was question number 1. Question number 2 is, what would you say is your favorite new release? And it doesn't have to be one that you've worked on, but just generally speaking, a favorite new release. And it just has to be diamond painting related, but it doesn't have to be a kit. If there's an accessory shop that's come out with something that you really, really like, or if it's a specific kit, just as long as it's diamond painting related, you can list it here. I had something specific in mind, and now I'm 100%. Oh, no, I know what it is. I know what it was. I was like, I didn't write these down. I just sort of went through and was like, oh, yeah, this would be my answer. Yeah, this would be my answer. My answer for this one would be Dragon Cafe from Jaded Gem Shop and the artist Hoshaya-san. This artwork I love. I loved it so much that I went in with a friend on the fee to have it hand charted by Jaded Gem Shop. Jaded Gem Shop started hand charting kits. I think it was sometime last year, and that's quickly become my favorite version of how they do kits. And this particular artwork, I loved Hoshaya-san's artwork already, but this specific artwork I just think is so cute. I love the setting and everything. And I mean, it's got dragons and books. I mean, have you seen this cover minder? Dragons and books. It was the kind of artwork that when I saw Hoshaya-san post it, I sent it over to Jaded Gem Shop to just be like, hey, if this looks like it would fit your shop, would you consider licensing it? And then as soon as she had officially licensed it, it was like, okay, now that's the one and only kit I have been a part of, like paying to hand chart, and I love it. So that I unboxed, I think maybe in February or March. I don't remember when I unboxed it, but it just made me so happy to get to open it up and see it in person. So I really, really, really love that one. I think that's probably, looking back on the year, that's the one that really sticks out to me as like my favorite new release as far as kits go. I did think about, like, are there any favorite new accessories? And this one was harder because I haven't been able to do a ton of small shop shopping this year. And so a lot of what I have is things that I had bought like last year and kind of held on to unbox. And so I haven't tried out a whole lot of new to me shops at all this year. So as far as like a new product goes, though, I'm really enamored with the mermaid trays that Munimade released in May as part of, like, I don't know if they were sponsoring Mermaids and Magic. I think they were. But that particular kit, because anything mermaids, I feel like in my head I can it looks also like dragon scales, it can double as dragon scales. And the colors on those were so pretty. The style is so pretty. And I guess technically it's new in that it's an updated tray style, though I haven't actually tried out these new tray styles from Unimade yet. So I can't speak to like if the actual new tray style is my style, but I think that specific I guess I'm not talking about like it has to be newness. It's just what's my favorite new release. So yeah, I would say those trays would be my favorite new accessories release. That was question number 2. Question number 3. What was your biggest disappointment of the year? And it can be like a kit that was disappointing, or if there was, I don't know, something else. Like, are you disappointed that a particular kit hasn't come out yet with the company, or did you work with a particular like accessories or product? Like, did you try out the new those e-pens that have been super popular this year, and was it actually really disappointing for you? You can spin this however you would like to, just something diamond painting related. Like, what was your biggest disappointment of this year? For me, I think this was hard because you guys know I have a really hard time like being what I feel like is negative. I'm like, no, I always want to find something that I'm enjoying about a thing. I think my biggest disappointment for the year would probably be, hold on, I was looking at my kits. I think I was disappointed that I burned out on the Disney Princess. That's what it was. I'm disappointed that I burned out on the Disney Princess series that I did. So I did this Disney Princess series. This is funny. This is actually, I think, my least favorite of the kits that I did. So you call it my most disappointing kit. But there were 8 Disney princesses, all these little small size and cutesy artwork styles that are from Diamond Art Club's Amazon storefront. Though I think they actually now are available in the in their actual store. But I had thought it would be really fun because I love all things Disney. I love the snack size kit. I thought, why don't I do all of these princesses, and I have these fun like random elements I can add to it and whatnot to keep it interesting. And I just, doing 8 of anything I think is a really good way to end up sort of bored or burned out. And so I didn't think that I would be burned out or that I would get bored because they were 8 different kits, but because it was just more of the same, like it was the same size, it was the same, even the same drill shape, sort of the same part of the same larger project, I just found myself getting bored, and I'm disappointed because I really thought that was going to be something that I enjoyed every single bit of start to finish, and I didn't. So that's disappointing. I also, as part of that, I was referencing how Belle specifically was my, like, either most disappointing or just I didn't enjoy that kit very much. And the reason for that is because it's just all those different shades of yellow were so boring to me. And I also felt like the round drill grid wasn't as tight on that kit. And so I was, with the light color background, just fighting spacing to make it look as even as possible and just riding the struggle bus. So that's what I would say. It's my most disappointing. Now, the next question 4, is what was your biggest surprise? What was your biggest surprise? Again, anything diamond painting related. I think my biggest surprise is... I guess I'll go with something kind of YouTube related, actually. I have something more diamond painting related too, but this is more YouTube related. I'm surprised at how much I've enjoyed doing more videos where you're getting to, where I'm like showing my face. It's just kind of a different style of video. I'm surprised at how much I don't know, I'm enjoying that. I think it's fun. It's a new way of getting to connect with you guys. So that's a surprise to me because I kind of thought that it would be a 1 or 2 and done, and then I'd just be like, nope, not for me. But I'm enjoying it more than I expected. I don't think I'll ever go, at least right now I don't have any plans to turn into a channel that does like all face content like that. But when it suits kind of the video idea that I have, then yeah, maybe. So that's a surprise. Another surprise for me diamond painting related has been how much I've enjoyed working on kits that have darker colors. I've been really surprised at how much I really liked working on Dark Lilith, which had a lot of dark colors. I really enjoyed working on Underworldly Romance, that Hades and Persephone kit that I just shared a post review of. That also is just chock full of darker colors in general, and I just never would have said that this was a color palette that I would find myself going back to, but given that those two kits, Dark Lilith and Underworldly Romance, are my top two favorite kits I've worked on so far this year, I just go, maybe it's not the colors. Maybe it just really has to be a kit whose artwork and subject matter I'm in love with, which I really was with both of those. So that was a surprise to me. I really didn't think that... I guess I thought that the color palettes of those would get more in the way of how much I enjoyed working on those kits. So it's a good surprise. It's a good surprise. Okay, I think that was number 4. Now let's do number 5. What is this is different from new release. It's because, okay, this is related. I guess maybe I should have grouped this question with your favorite new release. This is specifically, what's like your favorite new to you shop, whether it's a kit or accessories? And I guess it's like, well, a new release, that could have been like, oh, I really love this kit that Diamond Art Club specifically came out with. And that's not a new shop, but it was like a new release that you were excited about. I guess, yeah. So for me, it was like, oh, the Muna made kit. Okay, so I'll again I have a couple answers for this, actually. As far as like an accessory shop goes, I would say I'm really enjoying Shire Shenanigans. I think they're new to me this year. I can't remember if I bought anything from them last year. But Shire Shenanigans, they make cover minders that are made, I think they're done like with laser and wood. And there's some that are like really sassy. And there's some that are just very much my style. Like I know I showed one in last week's WIP and Chat, but there's some cute ones with like dragons and books as well. So I really like that shop for accessories. Probably one of my favorite new shops this year so far. And then as far as kits go, I haven't worked on a lot of new to me shops as far as kits go this year, which that's something I really want to do differently in the second half of the year. I've worked on a lot of different small shops, but not necessarily, like I said, new to me small shops. But a kit that I completed this year that was from a new to me shop. This is, I'm going to say Flossy Fox. I completed a stitch along piece that was a stitch along that they had put together, and it was really, really fun to get like a new piece of that artwork revealed each month and get the pattern, and then turning it into a diamond painting on a blank canvas was really fun. I just really, really, really enjoyed that a lot. And I'm finding myself just drawn to like a lot of what Flossy Fox is doing. They actually just teased a new stitch along that's going to be starting in, I think, August or September again. And I am like, all right, I'm all over it. I'm going to definitely be joining in on that for sure. So I think that's what I would go with as far as more like diamond painting kit related, though I got my materials elsewhere. It's still more related to like a kit that I completed. Yeah, that I completed this year. Okay. That was question number, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, yeah. So then the next question is question number 6. And this question is going to be, who is either your current favorite artist or your favorite new artist that you've discovered this year? This is hard. This is a really hard one. Favorite new artist that I've discovered this year, or just sort of current favorite artist overall. I'm really on a Chrisabug kick. I'm really enjoying Chrisabug's artwork as just generally like a favorite artist. And Margaret Morales too. Those are kind of staples. Favorite new to me artist this year. Shoot, I'm blanking. I haven't worked on a kit from her yet, but Diamond Art Club started releasing artwork from Marigona Suli. I love her artwork, and she has so many cute kits with dragons that I'm really hoping that we see from Diamond Art Club this year. And no, that's not a favorite new artist this year specifically. I was going to say an artist that hasn't licensed her work out to diamond painting companies, but I'm just hoping someday she will change her mind like Geneva Powers did. But I love Maxine V. She has beautiful, beautiful fantasy artwork, and I know there are multiple shops that have reached out to her in the past, and she is just not interested in licensing out her artwork for diamond paintings, which it's her artwork. That's absolutely her prerogative. But very selfishly, I'm like, but I just love your artwork so much, and I would love to work on it in diamond painting form. It would just, I would die. So yeah, but she's someone I more discovered, I think, last year. So that's a little bit cheating, but she's just on my mind. She's like current artist that I wish I could do a diamond painting from, but I haven't been able to yet. Okay, so that was question number 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, okay. Next question is, what's your favorite new genre or theme this year? Is there like a or even a color palette, something you've been leaning into this year that you maybe haven't necessarily done before? Because I feel like our tastes can definitely change over time. That's one of the reasons I'm glad that destashing is a thing that we can do, because there are kits that I bought when I started diamond painting 5 years ago that I have no taste for it anymore. And so I'm like, well, I bought it at the time because I thought I might do it, but now not so much. Themes. I guess I already said this a little bit, but I would say like darker color palettes I'm kind of unexpectedly finding myself enjoying. There has been the occasional, there's a landscape that actually came out with Diamond Art Club this past weekend that it was one of those rare landscapes that I look at and I go, maybe I could be a landscape person. And then I go, no, no, don't do it. You know how this is going to go. So, no, I did not buy the landscape this weekend, especially because it was a big one. It was the really, really big beach scene that was like 100-something centimeters long. It was huge. It was so pretty. So pretty. But I think, no, I wouldn't enjoy working on that at all. Yeah, for this one, I think I would just have to go with the color palette. I don't think that I've had any big taste in terms of a change of taste in terms of genre, really, or themes. It's a lot of the same. It's dragons. It's mythological creatures. I still enjoy pastels. This one's really rainbowy, but I've liked rainbowy kits before too. So yeah, I guess I'd have to go with darker color palettes, actually. Next question 7. No, 8. 8. Okay. These questions. Okay. So Carrie Can Read did these as they relate to books. I don't know if these will translate as well to diamond painting, these next two, because question number 8 is a kit that made you happy, and question number 9 is a kit that made you cry. When you're talking about books, like a book that made you happy or a book that made you cry, that's a little bit different. But I was amused at the thought of what some of you might say about like a kit that made you cry and why. So, let me see. A kit that just made me happy to work on. This one right now is just making me really happy to work on. It's just, I love the colors in it. I love the special drills. What else? Let me look at my logbook, because I feel like there's something really obvious I'm forgetting. And again, I didn't write it down. And then as far as, were there any kits that made me cry? I haven't, I don't say it'd make me cry. I'm flipping through. Kit that made me happy. I don't know. I think maybe Underworldly Romance, which I just worked on that one, but that was just really fun to work on. I worked on that at the retreat, so it was really special. Like, my mom was sitting next to me the whole time I was working on it, so it was special because of that too, because she went to the retreat with me. I don't have any kits that made me cry. I'll tell you what, this is what made me cry. 310, bad 310 drills. Okay, the 310 that was in this kit, which was the first kit that I worked on. Yeah, it was, right? Yeah, the first kit that I worked on. this year. It's called Fixer Uppers, A Frown Love in a Frosty Place by Mandy Manzano and Diamond Art Club. It was Rainy Day Stash Kit. It was my 200th diamond painting I've ever completed. The 310 in this kit and the 310 in my John William Waterhouse piece. That's my other WIP right now. That 310 makes me want to cry. I cannot stand trash prone 310. It drives me crazy. I don't want to have to pick around trash drills. I just want to have good drills to work with. And so, yeah, bad 310 drills made me want to cry. I'll go with that for what made me cry. And just a kit that made me happy. Well, you know what? Just in general this year, I have been focusing so much more on just working on kits that, generally speaking, make me happy. Like when I opened up Dark Lilith and I was like, I'm just so happy about this, I need to work on it right away. Or even Underworldly Romance, it was like, and this kit, I wanted to work on this one really badly for Pride Month, and it's making me so happy, and I'm enjoying diamond painting so much more when I am focusing on working on kits that make me happy. So highly recommend that approach to your diamond painting. Okay, so that was questions number 8 and 9, right? And then question number 10 is, what is your most anticipated kit for the second half of the year? I went back and I was looking at the kits that I had tentatively kind of sketched out as kits I might work on in 2025 to see if there's any that really were jumping out at me. And I have 2 answers to this one, and for a couple of different reasons. So one is I haven't decided which panel to work on yet, but I'm really anticipating and excited to work on another Mandy Manzano Princess panel from Diamond Art Club. That's a kit that I had said I wanted to work on another one of those for my collection sometime this year. So I am really going to try to meet that goal. And I'm also excited about the prospect of working on another one of those. And then I'm also really highly anticipating Diamond Art Studio UK. I think this is just fresh on my mind, but they've been announcing a lot of their fall and Halloween pre-orders that they're going to be releasing, and I'm already feeling in the mood for fall. I don't really love summer, and especially as it's really been getting hotter this week and stuff. I'm like, can we skip to fall, please? That would be great. And there's some really cute chart to art kits that they're going to be releasing, including one that has these adorable ghosties. And I feel like I'm really excited to maybe work on one of those for Drills and Chills. So yeah, maybe one of those for the end of the year. And I have a handful of other kits, like I said, that I had mapped out as tentative kits to work on sometime this year from different small shops. I haven't worked on a kit from the Creativity Squirrel yet, and I have one of those that I would really like to work on this year. There's a kit from Diamond Painting Shop that I have been intending to work on for a couple of years now and just haven't gotten to for a variety of reasons, and I keep thinking maybe this will be the year where I finally make it happen. But I think I would narrow it down to either the Mandy Manzano Princess panel or one of these Diamond Art Studio UK kits. Okay, that was all 10 questions. I have a generic kind of check-in question to follow that up, but like I said, anyone that heard these questions, watch this video, consider yourself tagged if you want to participate. And as far as who I will specifically tag, now this is not at all intended to be like, oh, I'm leaving out people specifically. It's just kind of people that are coming to mind off the top of my head. But again, anyone, please do answer these. I will tag Kate from Diamond Painting and Dr. Pepper. I'll tag Michaela from Michaela Renee. I'll tag Courtney from Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend. I will tag Rachel Ray. I know I'm tagging several people. And shoot, I just blanked. I was going to say, I'm so sorry. It's not intentional. My brain is just completely drawing a blank. I know I should have written these down. I'll start with those, and I will see if I can tag some other friends in the comments too. So, or in the description box. So, if you're wanting, by the way, some other crafty channels to follow, Lisette from Lisette Crafts and Tells did a great video recently on her favorite diamond painting creators, and she named like 80 different people, and then several people at her invitation also mentioned some channels that for her to check out, like in the comments. So if you're wanting some ideas for people to go and check out, please go and watch her video for sure. So, and maybe I'll tag Lisette. I don't know if she really does tag questions, but I'll tag her anyway. But yeah, anyone that joins in, please tag me in the description so that I can get the notification about your video, and I'll come and check it out. I'm always trying to find new channels as I'm able. I'm not great about leaving comments, but I'm often a silent watcher. I have like a whole watch later playlist and just let it roll while I'm getting stuff done around the house or diamond painting. So anyway, my last kind of follow-up question to this was just an overall goals check-in for 2025. I'm going to do a different, like, dedicated video on this, but I thought that I would just touch on this, especially if any of you that are going to answer this in the comments or in a video want to respond to this part. Just overall, if you set goals for yourself for this year, how are you doing on those goals? Are you happy with kind of how those things are going? Are there specific things you want to focus on for the second half of the year? And don't be too hard on yourself, please. I know there's a joke that like New Year's resolutions are just setting yourself up to fail, but I like to think of it as just like, if you have to adjust things, if you need to, alter course, that's completely fine. Life happens, things change, and it's okay if you're like, well, this was a goal that I had and now it's just not really, I don't think it's going to work out. Like, that's okay. Please be kind to yourself. For me, I was going back and looking at my goals and going, oh wow, actually there's a couple of these that I feel like I haven't touched on at all. For example, I had wanted, what am I hearing right now? Oh, never mind. It was just the dog moving. One of the dogs moving. I had wanted to pick out, if there was another extra large project or like big cross stitch conversion or something with max color count to work on this year. I wanted to at least pick out what that next project would be, and that honestly hasn't really even been on my mind. It's crossed my mind once or twice, and I've kind of thought about it and then proceeded to do nothing about it. So that is something I would like to maybe spend some more time and energy on in the second half of the year. I have been better this year about really working on kits that are either in my rainy day stash or just kits that I love and make me happy. And I've noticed a difference in just how I'm enjoying my diamond painting experience, how often I'm diamond painting even, because it's something that I'm really loving and excited to come back to, then I'm spending more time diamond painting, which it kind of seems like that's really obvious common sense, but I don't know. I hadn't really internalized that as much. That I'm doing better with. I think I had a goal about like working on another cross stitch conversion project, and aside from the Flossy Fox stitch along, I haven't done really any of that yet, but I might work on one of the chart to art kits from Diamond Art Studio UK this fall, which those are technically cross stitch conversion projects and mysteries. They're fun that way. So I don't know. And then as far as like, I had set some goals about like 20 kits for 2025 that I was holding really loosely, and I'm not going to say that I'm going to complete all 20 of them, but I did glance through, and I haven't worked on half of them, but I think I've worked on close to half of them. But I didn't go super in depth on that one because I thought, I think I want to do a separate video to check in on those specific goals that I had set and go through the kits that I have completed and what I want to focus on for the second half of the year. But that's just an overall goals check-in. I think I'm doing okay. Yeah, I think I'm doing all right. And I hope you're feeling good about how you're doing with yours too. So anyway, thanks to Carrie Can Read. I'm sure she does not watch my channel. I think she's pretty solidly in like the booktube space. But just still a thank you to Carrie Can Read for putting out those bookish tag questions and giving me those ideas to turn it into like a diamond painting kind of tag. So looking forward to reading your answers in the comments below. And if you're doing a video, looking forward to seeing your videos. So hope you guys enjoyed hearing my answers to those questions too. But I thought I now could spend a little bit of time just talking a little bit about the week and just doing our usual kind of WIP and Chat check-ins and whatnot. And still got a little bit of time with you guys today, so feel free to go grab a refill on your coffee or grab the next color for your diamond painting. Go stretch if you haven't stood up in a minute. I am actually myself trying to be a little bit more conscientious about how much time I'm spending diamond painting and kind of how I'm sitting and how I'm holding my body, because I've been having a little bit of some pain like in my wrist, and actually it started mostly in my elbow a little less than a week ago, and even a little bit like in this part of my arm. It might just be carpal tunnel, honestly, but it was weird that it started like in my elbow. That's where I was feeling most of that pain, but now it's kind of in my wrist and some overall kind of ache in my arm. So yeah, maybe carpal tunnel. But I think because I think the culprit was that I was really, really into my audiobook, and I just wanted to keep listening to it and finding out what happened. It was leading up to finishing the Well of Ascension, which is a Brandon Sanderson book. And it's the second Miss Warren book, and I was getting to like act 3 of that book, and just I couldn't put it down. But I don't tend to just sit and listen to an audiobook without doing anything else. And depending on what else I'm doing, I just have a hard time focusing on the audiobook. Even if I'm trying to listen while I'm out shopping or driving, it just doesn't, I don't feel like I don't absorb it as well. Diamond painting is like just the perfect amount of keeping my hands and stuff busy, but not distracting my brain so much that I can't pay attention to an audiobook, if that makes sense. So anyway, I think because I was so into this audiobook and also really enjoying my diamond painting, that I just was spending a lot more time maybe diamond painting than I had otherwise been. And I'm like, what is touching me? The dog Scout is flipped on his back, dead asleep, and he just like rolled over slightly in his sleep and started nudging at my foot. It's so cute. This puppy dog. Okay, so anyway, I think I just was spending a lot of time, and maybe I just wasn't, diamond painting at like the best angle or something. I'm not sure. But all this to say, I've been trying to diamond paint a little bit less frequently just to not aggravate that irritation or whatever. So it's not something I usually run into, even with all the diamond painting that I tend to do. But I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I don't want to make it worse. But I have made good progress even still on my projects. I have just 1 row left on my John William Waterhouse piece for Summer with the Masters. I just finished the second to last row earlier today and have been alternating, completing a row on that one and then coming back and completing a row on this kit, Rainbows and Starlight, and then going back. It's really, really helped a lot to have kits that have such different color palettes and image styles. I mean, a giant rainbow Pegasus could not be more polar opposite from a John William Waterhouse, like Old Masters Summer Beauty, So it's been really helpful. I highly recommend if you have a piece like for me, that John William Waterhouse piece with that color palette and the kind of frustrating materials like the 310 in it, being able to go back and forth and take a break from that one, come over to this one where it's really bright, happy color palette and the materials are really good and stuff like that. It's just really, 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 really helped a ton. And this is the start of the second to last row on this one. So it's moving along, but like I said, between trying not to aggravate my wrist and elbow and also the kids being on summer break, I just haven't been diamond painting quite as much. But I'm happy with the progress I'm making on my projects. I am on track to finish the Soul of the Rose by the end of June, which was my tentative goal. I thought I would complete that one for June and Summer with the Masters, and then pick out a different Old Masters kit to work on in July, so kind of one for each month. If you're interested in joining in on Summer with the Masters, it is running through the end of July. You can join in anytime. It's a very, very chill and laid-back event, and no new start, no finish required. Just if you have something that fits the theme, which is Old Masters artwork, join in. I'd love to have you. So, you know what, guys? I'm having a lot of good luck with this glue dot. I'm very pleasantly surprised at how much luck I'm having with this glue dot. It's not giving me any trouble. Get this putty off the canvas. So, yeah, I'll be glad to be done with the bad 310 on the John William Waterhouse piece at some point, but I'm surviving. I'm surviving. Um, and I mean, I could have just gone in and replaced it, but I didn't want to. I didn't really want to. So it is what it is. I'm just happy that I have another John William Waterhouse piece to add to my collection of completed John William Waterhouse kits over the years. I don't know if it's this glue or if it's the putty. These drills do not want to come off. This putty's a little bit soft. If you run into that with your Pure Bliss Wax Company putty, what I need to do probably is just pop it in the refrigerator and that'll help it reset. That's the general recommendation if it's a little bit soft in the summer, which we are, like I said, definitely in the summer months here. And I am just trying to survive. We are living in the AC. Though, you know what? Today was a pretty nice day. We took the kids and the dogs to the park, and we walked over there. It was really, really nice. Got some good fresh air and exercise and stuff after kind of a lazy few days. So, and the kids and the dogs were getting a little stir crazy. So it's definitely in order, and we had a good time. Okay, other things diamond paintings wise. I don't know yet exactly what I'm going to work on after I finish these 2 kits. I tend to be very fly by the seat of my pants. My guess is I'll have 2 kits going again in July. Another Summer with the Masters kit, which is TBD, and I don't know, something else. We'll see. Sometimes I have my Patreon members help me decide what to work on next. Yeah, so maybe that. We'll see what I'm in the mood for. I'm very fickle. I don't know if any of you are similar, but I can be very fickle about what I want to work on and when. As I've been working on this kit and the Soul of the Rose, I've been grabbing little time-lapse clips here and there of things that I'm like, oh, maybe this would be enjoyable to see a time-lapse clip of, because I'm thinking of doing kind of a vlog-ish style start to finish video where you get to see from the beginning, kind of opening up the kit and my thoughts just throughout the process of working on it, and some time lapses of working on it here and there as well. I've done a couple of videos like this now. There was a Flossie Fox, Like a Dragon's Christmas, I think is the name of it, that I did one of these on in the Disney Princess series actually. But it takes a little bit more planning on my part, which I don't tend to necessarily do about this kind of thing, so it's a little bit new to me. But planning out like, oh, let me grab this would be a good spot where I should do a time-lapse video of, let me set up the camera, let me set up this, here's, the parts I want to do this of, as opposed to just sit down and diamond paint. I don't want to make every kit that I work on like this, because I don't want it to feel like work, and I feel like it's dangerously close to feeling like work, which I really don't want. I hope I'm not going to run out of this color. Is anywhere else in the kit? There's a little bit up there. Okay. A little bit nervous about that. Then again, maybe it's just the way that it looks in this tray. I really hope I'm not going to run out of this color. Anyway, if I do, I'll email and ask for replacements. But I don't know. This is one of my pet peeves, honestly. I hate when I run out of a drill color, because I just do not want to have to wait for replacements. I just want to diamond paint. Like, just let me diamond paint and finish my kit. I don't want to have to go kill time while I'm waiting for these drills to come in. I don't have like a better answer. Like, of course, it's, if you run out of drills, you run out of drills. And if a company is at least going to send replacements, yeah, no, that's great. I want that. But I'm just like, I don't want to have to wait. I'm very impatient. They did send out, I did get pretty quickly, the ABs that were completely missing from this kit. Those already came in, so I do have those, but I haven't even gotten to a part of the kit that has those just yet, so I've got time. Anyway, so yes, trying to plan ahead and think ahead as far as filming bits and pieces of these for those videos that I'm planning to do, and making sure it doesn't feel too much like work. I did also put up, if you missed it, I put up an unboxing, kind of an overall how-to video with Diamond Art Club Customs, and that was a really special kit to get a custom of and get to unbox on my channel. So I was a little nervous. I have to be honest, I didn't know if any of you would think it was like unusual. It was like, oh, this is an artwork of, it's like of you, but it's like, yeah, but it was artwork that was made for me, and it's so incredibly special and meaningful to me. It has the dragon, and it's like the dress that I wore like to the Taylor Swift concert. Like it just, I still love it, but I also was like, I don't know if people are gonna be weird about this, but no one has been in the comments, which is very sweet. And I hope that the video was overall helpful, even though I got to the end, I was like, shoot, I should have also included this. I should have talked about this. No matter how many notes I take, I always forget something, and always, after the fact, I'm like, oh shoot, wish I would have also done this, but it is what it is. You just do the best that you can, and if people have questions in the comments, hopefully I can be helpful there instead. But yeah, apologies if I missed something that would have been really obviously helpful, but yeah, I'm happy that video is out, and I finally got to unbox that kit because I've been sitting on it for a couple of weeks, and I hadn't had like the time to take care of actually filming all that, and I wanted to finish taking notes and stuff, and so it was killing me, but I'm so happy it's finally out. So feel free to go and check that out if you want to find out more about getting a custom from Diamond Art Club and kind of what that process, at least what it looked like for me, and can share your thoughts and your experience if that's something that you've gotten before too. I'm just checking to see. Okay, I see one other spot in this kit that has this color. I think I'll be okay. I think there's a lot of drills getting stuck down at the bottom. It's almost like this didn't get cut as cleanly as Firefly usually does their trays, but it's okay. We're making do. As far as just a quick pup date, I mentioned that we've been dog sitting our friends that actually, I think their plane should have just landed, and they are going to swing by tonight to pick up their dog. Their dog's name is Watson. He is, I actually don't know technically what his breed is. It's one of those cute little fluffy, I would say it's lap dog is kind of the stereotype. I don't know if he's a little like Bichon or exactly what kind of dog he is, but he's a cute little dog. But it is such a little spitfire too. He's a lot of fun, but that's the neighbor's dog, not one of ours. But we've had him for about a week, and it has been a lot. We are definitely not going to be having 2 dogs anytime soon, if ever. It's a lot. I mean, part of it's because Scout's still very much a puppy. He's around, well, he'll be 5 months old. We think that he was born on February 1st. So that would mean that July 1st, he would be 5 months old. So, oh my gosh, the werewolf as we call him. So Scout has really, really loved having a buddy here. I think it's been really, really good for Scout as far as socialization goes. I think that's really important for dogs to get plenty of socialization as puppies so they can like learn how to be a dog. And so I think that has been really, really good for him. And it took them a couple of days to kind of find their groove and figure out how to play together, but now they're just thick as thieves, and I am seeing lots of puppy play dates in our future. Maybe we should invite our neighbor's werewolf. But yeah, it's been a fun week. Skip has been, you guys, he's the most laid back and chill cat I think I've ever had. He had a puffy tail for about 30 seconds when he first saw Watson, and then pretty much immediately was like, oh, okay. To see that we have another dog in the house. It has been fine. Completely fine. So thankful for that for sure. Scout, though, I don't know. I'm guessing some of this is maybe related to just the big change of having Watson staying with us, but Scout has been having more accidents this week, and I'm trying to figure out like a good balance between like making sure he has, because I notice he's also drinking a lot of water, and it's like it's summer, and so I want him to stay plenty hydrated, but it's like he'll drink as much water as we put out in a bowl. There's part of me that's like, please don't be diabetic. We had a diabetic cat once, and that was a lot, and drinking a lot of water was a big signal that I don't think that's what's going on here. I just think that he's young enough that he's just got a little puppy bladder, and he just drinks water, and he's like, it's like every hour. And so we're just trying to make sure that we're encouraging him to go out often. He has like a bell that he rings when he wants to go out. We're, giving him treats when he goes outside and trying to make sure we're not scolding him and giving him like bad associations like if he goes inside. So it's like we're trying to do all the right things, and it's probably just a mix of he's a puppy and it's been a big change to have Watson in our house this past week, but we'll see. I hope he doesn't mope too much when they come and pick him up tonight. I hope Scott doesn't mope when Watson leaves, but I'm sure Watson is going to be over the moon to have his people back. I'm sure he's going to just freak out. It's going to be so cute. But yeah, that's our pup date this week. As far as Adam and the kids go, I'm doing good. This past week has been our first full week of summer break. And next week, Micah starts summer school, which will be really good for him. I think he is craving some of kind of that like structure and stuff like that, honestly. And he's excited to go back. He talks about being excited to go back and see his teacher and his friends. So he's going to be starting that this week. And then Connor's going to be doing, there's a VBS program he really loved last year that he's going to do again this year. So that's actually this week too. And he's pretty excited for that. So making some plans to, do some things this summer and not just be sitting around. And yeah, but no, they're doing good. They're doing good. And as far as what I have been reading and watching and listening to, I mentioned earlier that I finished The Well of Ascension. That was, I feel like in the grand scheme, I think I got through it relatively quickly because I just couldn't put it down. And it was really good. I'm glad that I was forewarned that it's slower than the first book. It's a lot more kind of political themes. Like it's heavy on kind of the intrigue and stuff like that and not as action packed. So I was glad that I knew that ahead of time, for sure. And the ending, again, it's one of those, I need a couple of business days to emotionally recover from this. But I'm scared about the third book because I feel like virtually everything I've seen about that book is that it like emotionally wrecks you. And so I'm scared. But I've also heard people say like, oh my gosh, it's just so good. So I'm excited, but also scared. And oh, for the love. I did get a notice from Libby a couple of days ago saying that the ebook, like the Kindle version is, my hold is up for that. And I'm trying to figure out, do I go ahead and try starting it as like an ebook? Or do I just kind of wait and hope that my hold is up for the audiobook version sooner? Because I just don't tend to sit and read traditional books nearly as much anymore. I'm really enjoying like consuming these books as audiobooks, but it's also like, well, that's also still better than nothing. So maybe that's maybe I'll give it a try, but I haven't started it yet. I think the last book I think it's Hero of Ages is the name of it. So enjoying this first kind of real foray into Brandon Sanderson writing. And I am enjoying it enough. I could see myself reading a lot of his work, at least more, in kind of this style and the series. So I don't know, but I'll just say I'm enjoying it so far, and I will keep it spoiler free here, of course, but yeah, no, I'm scared for the third book. If it's going to emotionally devastate me. I haven't checked to see how long it is compared to the others. I'm guessing they're all around the same length, but I don't actually know that for sure. And then watching, did we talk about How to Train Your Dragon last week? Yeah, we would have. We talked about How to Train Your Dragon last week and 40X and how it was a lot. TM. It was very overwhelming. It was fun, but yeah, it was a lot. So How to Train Your Dragon, the Twitch streamer that I regularly watch, Hydra Song, he is back after taking some time off, and I watched his stream last night, and he was branching out from his usual games, and he played this game that apparently there's like a lot of lore and, funnily enough, like some toxicity in the community. It's called like Dead by Daylight, and I was like, oh yeah, I've heard of that game. was like, I mean, I've heard of it, but never watched anyone play it. I was like, ooh, I think this might be too much for me in terms of just, it's much more violent. There's lots of just some grossness to it. I'm like, I don't know if this is going to be for me. It's a streamer one of the only Twitch streamers that I tend to follow, and he's always streaming after my kids go to bed at night. So it's very easy to, and the vibes are so chill and so good that, with his like crowd and everything too, I just put it on in the background, like when I'm not filming, if I'm just sitting and diamond painting, if Adam and I aren't like watching a show or something. But I don't know. We'll see. I don't think he's gonna do too much of that game, but anyway. And then what I've been listening to, I've been on such a Hamilton kick ever since the Tonys, and I'm not mad about it. But I tend to, when I'm grocery shopping or something, have an AirPod in my ear with some kind of music going, and I had Hamilton on and in my ear, just kind of listening through the soundtrack. And if you know the soundtrack, I'm sure you'll know why this was a problem. But I'm just casually walking through Ralph's, and all of a sudden, I wasn't really totally paying a ton of attention to like where I was in the soundtrack, but all of a sudden, it's Quiet Uptown was next up, and it starts playing, and I'm like, I got like partway through a verse, and I was like, oh wait, no, I'm gonna start crying in the middle of this Ralph's. I gotta skip forward. I gotta skip to something else, because it doesn't matter how many hundreds of times I've heard that song, I will sob. It's just the rule. I don't make the rules. I will cry every single time I hear that song. Yeah, it will wreck me. Worth it, but like not in the middle of a Ralph's. But it's been nice to just kind of listen back through that after, it's been a few years since I was, really listening to it. And I was like, oh yeah, this stuff really hits. So yeah, there's that. As far as what I have coming up this week, hopefully my belated Diamond Art Club sneak peek is going to come in. I also did get the mystery box. I will tell you what, I have such a love-hate relationship with these mystery boxes. First, I get all excited about the prospect of them, like, ooh, a fun surprise. But like, then as soon as people start getting their boxes and showing what's in them, the anxiety of, especially if there's a kit that I love, I'm not going to say any spoilers, but I'll just say this happens every single time. Like, if there's a kit that I'm excited about or that I love and that I hope that I get, then I'm just stressed. And I'm anxious and I feel icky, and it's like, I don't want to have to hunt down the thing if it's not in my box. And yeah, like, am I just going to be disappointed when I actually do this unboxing video? Because I am going to unbox it with you guys like I usually do, and we'll find out together what's actually in my box. So I don't know, you guys. I'm going to try to be positive about it, but I have such a love-hate relationship with these mystery boxes. I get why they do them, and I know it's like a me problem or whatever, but also like I just want to be able to get the kits that I want to get. So and then I think I want to try to do like a halfway point through the year check-in to like kind of go over the kits that I worked on, how I'm doing, kind of go through the goals that I had set in a little bit more detail, and the kits that I had said that I wanted to maybe try to work on this year, and see if there's any changes or anything that I want to make. So that video might be this week too. We'll see. But I think that we're around the hour mark, so I will go ahead and wrap this up. Let's do, if you made it all the way to the end of this video, how about last time I did this kit, we did a rainbow emoji. How about a dragon? Oh, we did a dragon emoji last time, didn't we? Too. Oh, well, you can do a dragon emoji again in honor of this dragon blossom, or a flower, I suppose, if you want to do a flower instead of the dragon. So we'll do that. My thoughts, I am surprised, you guys. This glue dot was great. I didn't have any trouble with it, like, at all. That was great. I haven't tried using it with an AB to see how it would do with that. I do want to go ahead and pop this putty in the refrigerator, just help reset it. It was a tiny bit soft, but I have found that putting it in the refrigerator just helps it kind of reset, and then it works pretty well. So, love the pen. The tray, like I said, it's kind of like it's like cut a little bit too close on one of these ends. When I was pouring out, I had to kind of fuss with it, but honestly, this is not my usual experience with Firefly trays. I tend to really enjoy working with their trays. But yeah, I think that's it. So I'm going to see if I can get some more done on this section. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I look forward to reading your answers to the halfway through the year diamond painting tag. And let me know how you're doing, what you were working on while we were chatting today. And I will talk to you guys again next week. Have a day and a week that's as amazing as you are, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.